Hi everyone, my name is Brenna Baker and I will be discussing cancer death rates among Native Americans due to environmental factors. So the issue is that Native Americans had the highest cancer rates for cervical cancer, stomach, kidney, liver, and gallbladder cancer, which their rates are almost double compared to whites. And 5-year relative survival rate is the lowest of all ethnicities at 35.2%. And lung and colon cancer rates are expected to rise due to diet and increasing of the smoking rates among the Native American community. So, the affected population and causes of this health disparity is mainly for Native Americans. They have a poor diet, which is not the way it used to be when they had a lot of fruits, vegetables, and meats. They're becoming more westernized with fast food and high fat and low fiber diets. They have a high hepatitis B infection, which can cause liver cancer, high alcohol and tobacco use, and alcohol use can cause liver cancer also. Tobacco use can cause liver, kidney, lung, and cervical cancer. Tobacco use among Native Americans is the highest, which is around 40%. They have high obesity and low physical activity, which can go along with poor diet. Exposure to toxins through their work, like Navajo uranium miners. Before 1962, the effects of uranium was well known with few protections for miners. After 1962, the government was slow with the implementation of protection for the miners. For up to 2 decades after the harmful effects of uranium mining were known, protective safeguards were not implemented. And reservation is near toxic waste or facilities that produce air pollution, like the Mescalero Apache and the Akawasane Reserve. Few employment possibilities or opportunities for employment for economic development exist on many reservations, particularly these in remote regions. Native Americans, such as the Mescalero Apache, have been approached by the U.S. government to serve as repositories for nuclear waste. The federal government offered 100,000 to any tribe willing to consider accepting nuclear waste for disposal on reservations. On this slide, you can see a map of the Mohawk Nation at Akawasane. On the map, you can see 3 red arrows pointing to 3 industrial plants. These plants are on the edge of the Akawasane Reserve and release airborne pollutants and pollutants into the rivers. The Akwesasne were warned about fishing in the rivers due to the high amounts of toxins. Some solutions for these cancer rates among Native Americans. There needs to be more research focused on Native Americans and causes of cancer. There is limited research when it comes to solely Native American health. They include Alaskan Americans a lot in with them. And more research needs to be done to solidify risks, causes, and genetic determinants of different diseases, including cancer. And advocacy and awareness. It needs to happen to make America aware of these disparities and make America aware of the exploitation of the Native Americans by the U.S. government when they try to bribe them with holding on to nuclear waste onto their reservations. And intervention implementation needs to include all aspects of health, which include prevention, like hepatitis B and HPV vaccines, mammograms, pap smears, regular checkups, talking to them about smoking habits, and behavioral, like eating habits, also smoking habits, and physical activity, and environmental, including sanitation and food prep and storage to prevent the deadly cancer-causing H. pylori infection, and telling them about secondhand smoke when it comes to their children. It is extremely important that these interventions are culturally sensitive, because to Native Americans, their culture is extremely important to them. So it is important that it centers around their culture, so the intervention is a lot more successful with the Native Americans.